Questions, chapter 11 and 12, 3 men in a boat. First question,
Magna Carta.
Magna Charta or Magna Carta. When it is the first day of the three friends on the boat, they find the atmosphere very pleasant. They find it so pleasant that they get lost in the ecstasy of it. They feel they have reached back in time. In 1215, when King John was being forced by the people to sign Magna Carta, a document that would take the powers away from the king and would give it to the parliament. Not only does he see King John, he also sees the excitement all around. He sees that there are people all around, there are campfires, people are dressed up in their best clothes, there are officers and barons and knights and squires around. In the afternoon, a rumor comes that King John has run away with the French mercenaries. There is a little worry around, but suddenly King John enters the scene on a horse surrounded by knights and barons and squires and lords. He dismounts the horse, he sits on a boat, they take the boat to the Running Maid Island where he signs the Magna Carta, and from that day the island was renamed the Magna Carta Island or the Magna Carta Island. Second,
Scrambled eggs.
Harris proposes in the morning that he would prepare breakfast for everybody. He proposes the idea of eating scrambled eggs. Narrator says that he sounded so confident that it appeared as if he's a world famous cook without whose cooking people die. And people crave matlab pagal ho jate hain for his cooking. But when he started cooking, he showed his clumsiness on the first step itself. When he was trying to break off the egg, he spoiled his sleeves and trousers. And then while cooking, he was trying to stir the contents of the egg in the pan with a fork. But he was scalding himself. He scalded himself repeatedly. Then he was jumping around, dancing around, cursing everything. So narrator humorously comments that it appeared as if that dancing and cursing was part of the cooking process. It was some traditional tribal dish that Harris was preparing, but they were very disappointed because the end result was even worse. It was just a dark mess of very little dregs. Isme word bola hai that it was just small quantity of burnt, messy thing left. Okay, third question. Tin. When they reach Monkey Island, the friends want to eat some mustard, but they don't have the mustard, so they become sad. But then the thought of apple tart fills them with happiness. With apple tart, they feel pineapple would be a great idea. So they hunt for a pineapple tin in the hamper, they bring it, but unfortunately, they do not have anything to open the can. Harris proposes that he would open it with his pocket knife. But while he's trying to open with the pocket knife, he hurts his finger. Then George comes forward and proposes that he would use, what would George use? Scissors. While he is jerking the tin with the scissor flies off and hits his eye, so his eye gets injured. Finally, Jim tries to open the can with the help of the hitcher of the boat. But the can jerks off and narrator falls in the muddy water. Then they bring a stone and they smash the stone on the pineapple tin, but the result is still disappointing because nothing opens the can. The result is an out of shape tin, which finally they throw into the water, and they couldn't eat pineapple. Mask, that is also done down with. Next, last.
Fisher.
Okay. Now they reach a place called Cookham, right? Now when they are at Cookham, everything is very peaceful around. They get lost in the beauty of nature. They feel one with the nature. They get lost in the ecstasy of the surroundings. There is no boat around, but there is only one boat, which is a punt, which has three men sitting very peacefully on the chairs fishing. Now, while they are lost and they are commenting on the beauty of nature, their boat suddenly jams into the punt and the three men topple into their bucket of fishes. Now these men become so infuriated, yeah, furious लिखते हैं ना, इतना गुस्सा हो जाते हैं, that they start cursing the French. But the curses were not ordinary routine curses, but they were well thought out, invented words in which they cursed not only the French but also their relatives and even the acquaintances of the relatives. So very inventive curses they get. इसके अलावा, has he spoken anything? And then the French try to calm those men, telling that people of their age should not use such a language. But and also they believe that their behavior or their accident had actually brought excitement in their boring fishing activity.